So you went away on a few vacations last year and decided while you're away, why not rent your apartment out on Airbnb? And it worked out. The rent paid by your guests covered your plane ticket and then some. But then tax time comes rolling around and you realize you might be stuck writing a check to the IRS to cover that income. Uh-oh, what are you gonna do? Here's the deal. Airbnb is gonna report the income you earned to the IRS, and they'll send you a 1099 form that details how much money you grossed last year. If you rented your place for 14 days or less, you owe Uncle Sam nothing. Under the so-called Masters rule, people who rent their homes out during the Masters golf tournament each year, for example, can rake in a tax-free bundle. Thus the nickname. So let's say our friend rented his apartment for 16 nights last year at $200 a night after Airbnb's fees. That comes to an easy $3,200, but that's before the taxman cometh. But are there expenses you can deduct? Indeed. Tax attorney Julian Block walked me through some of the possibilities. If you purchase sheets and towels for your guests to use, that's tax deductible. What about the cost of cleaning the apartment? If you hired a maid, sure, deduct it. But if you did the cleaning yourself, forget about it. You can't take a deduction for the assumed value of your own labor. Sorry, but the cleaning supplies you bought for the job can be deducted, as well as the cost of laundering those sheets and towels. And if you bought that French maid uniform specifically to use for your Airbnb enterprise, then you can probably deduct it. What if your lovely guest burns a cigarette into your couch? Airbnb may cover the cost of the repair, but if not, that's another deduction. Now, if you decide to go ahead and just replace the sofa, that's where things get a bit more complicated. Your new sofa then falls into another category, one that includes the cost of your rent or mortgage interest, your utility, cable, and internet bills, as well as other expenses you incur when you're the one living in the apartment. So get out your calendar and your calculator, divide the number of nights you had Airbnb guests in your home by 365. 16 nights is 4% of the year, meaning you can deduct 4% of your total rent, utilities, and other expenses from that $3,200. If you want to play it safe, consult with a professional who may also be able to offer you some other ideas on how to reduce your tax bill and help you avoid getting burned again.